Washington Elementary is a very special place. It's full of teachers that are very caring and nurturing, and the students are just a wonderful collection of personalities and energy and eager learners. And the parents, also a critical part of the community here, are eager and willing to help to make this the best possible school.
Our school is very diverse. There's a lot of ethnic diversity, a lot of language diversity, a lot of economic diversity. It seems like a little piece of the real world.
Also, I think our program is a really great program. I think we really meet kids' needs at varying levels within the classroom. We're actually teaching the students rather than teaching to the test. And we're teaching individuals instead of teaching a program.
I see 110. Good, I like the way you're following the words.
So we've been doing the K1 loop for, I think, 6 years now, and we keep the kids for 2 years, so they stay in the same classroom for kindergarten and first grade. They have the same teacher, they're with the same students. And I think it's great for them academically, because right at the beginning of first grade, we already know exactly where they are academically, exactly where they are socially.
I can't imagine teaching any other way now. I've been doing this so long. Especially for me, because I like as much independence as they can do. So that's already built into the program. By the time they go to first grade, they know where everything is. They know what the routine is. They know how to line up, and they know what my expectations are. And I know where they are academically and emotionally and all that.
But also just for comfort, that they don't need to get to know another adult. They don't need to get to know new kids. They're still with the same kids that they care about from kindergarten.
We worry about children being at risk of retention. You know those children who need the extra push, and you can kind of give them that extra push. And I think that we have less retention issues when we have with the loop.
As part of a Title I school, we do receive additional funding that we currently use to provide additional resources for our students, enhancing the learning experience for all of our students.
What do you think it's going to be about? So what is it going to be about?
We use those funds to help pay for 2 additional reading specialists who work with all of the children and also with the staff. They work with the staff in improving instruction in the classroom.
Yes, he's not covering his mouth, and that's how other people get germs.
Literacy coach is a person who goes into classrooms and works with teachers and works with students, usually work with kids one-on-one in reading, giving them strategies to help improve their reading, building comprehension, teaching them how to rethink, retell the story, to look for main ideas, look for inferences, but it's giving one-on-one instruction to the child.
So while we might use the Houghton Mifflin reading textbook, our real reading program is based on reading real literature at the children's level. So I have, in my kindergarten class, I have some children who are reading beginning books which might just have a word or a repetitive phrase on each page. And then I have some children who are reading books that they really need to decode the words themselves.
So those kids who need more help, that are just reading 1 and 2 words, are reading 1 and 2 words. Those kids who have come into school reading sentences, they're reading sentences. So they're reading at their ability level and moving them along at their own pace.
And I can manage all of that at the same time because they each have their own book box with books that are just perfect for them. And I read with different individuals each day, making sure that I'm reading with them each a few times a week. And then other adults come in and read with them as well. So that way they really are reading where they can comprehend.
I need to write a sentence about my vacation.
Because we found that reading, and I guess there's a lot of research out there, although I'm not like a research person, that reading and writing are very closely connected. And so there's a writing component that goes with it that's in addition to what the district writing program is.
We use a writing approach that comes out of New England and Columbia University that looked at how very young children, even before kindergarten, were imitating adults with scribbles and scratches and drawings. And that was seen as the initial stage of writing. And so in kindergarten, we allow them to attempt the writing, and we ask them to tell us what they wrote about. And from that, we build on their writing skills.
In kindergarten, we start with storytelling, and kids are natural-born storytellers, and that's where it starts, telling stories, writing stories, reading stories, and remembering the stories that they've heard.
Often we launch a writing workshop by telling them to write about things they care about, things they love, things that make them mad. So we're trying to create an environment where they feel comfortable as writers, not telling them what to write, but letting them see that the world they live in is full of things they can write about, that they are the experts. And we end up creating kids who feel like they're writers.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Kindergarten at Washington has a designated music teacher. In most of the schools in the district, there is no kindergarten music program. We, for years, have been employing Carolyn Queener, who comes in and she not only teaches the kindergarten songs, but she actually teaches them a little bit about like music notes, and they learn about different instruments, and they actually learn about a symphony later in the year. And then she teaches them songs along the way, and they do a show in December with songs that they've done. They have a chance to sing on the stage.
Kindergartners love to sing. For some teachers, singing is not their strength, so it's nice that we have that. And art, we have the art docent program, and we have parents who come in and help in the classroom and teach. I think in our section in kindergarten and first grade, it's like about form and lines and color and stuff.
So in kindergarten, that actually starts with cave paintings, and they get to see a picture of a cave painting, and they get to hear a story about art that they found on cave walls. And then they make a drawing, a picture with their handprints, kind of in the way that it would have been done on a wall.
Do you figure out maybe what you wish that you had done over vacation that you didn't get a chance to do?
Washington received the California Distinguished School Award because our test scores went up significantly that year. That's the first qualifying step. But after your test scores go up, you have to demonstrate that you're a school that's doing unique and unusual things. And some of those things were having writing workshop in classrooms, doing a more holistic approach to reading, doing reading workshop, having faculty come together in grade level meetings to discuss curriculum and to discuss children. So it was a combination of a lot of things that showed that we were going the extra mile with our students and with our families.
So I think there are two things that kindergartners absolutely need. They need experience with books. So read to your kindergartner every night. That gives them a hook when they start school. But the other thing is independence. Kids need to do things by themselves. They need to get dressed by themselves. They need to do artwork by themselves. They need to play with pens and paper so that they're an independent worker, because they're going to come to a classroom where there's 20 kids and they need to feel confident in their ability to look out for themselves while they're there.
You know, reassure them that this is going to be fun. And I know that's hard. I remember when I dropped my daughter off, I wasn't ready to let her go, and I'd been teaching, so I think sometimes it's harder on the parents than it is for the kids.
The progress that kids make in kindergarten now is huge. Many kindergartners go from knowing, they might know the alphabet when they come in, and within months they're like starting to read and they can do easy math. I mean, it really is just phenomenal what kids do in kindergarten.